Hey everybody, I'm Jason with Fender Garage, and we're talking about brakes. And so one of the things that I have learned is brakes are really important. And the reason why I've learned that is I've had some not so good brakes at times. And also the ease of installing good brakes also becomes difficult. So braking is really important. And when you're driving your truck, having the right components that go together to make it work are really important as well. And so there's a lot that goes into brakes. There's brakes that, you'll get a little bit confused on getting like mismatched parts, and then you wonder why your brakes don't fit, they're not working correctly, and so it becomes a little bit of a struggle. But I have used this setup with trucks with 37-inch tires on them, and it nearly throws me through the windshield. But it all comes down to just getting things correct. And so if you're unsure, definitely you can call Wilwood. They'll steer you the right direction, because a lot of it has to do with the right size bore you have in your master cylinder. And everything else then comes down to brake pads and the right pressure you're getting at the calipers. You got to have the right pressure. You got to be close to like 700-800 psi and a little above that to really have good brakes. Of course, vacuum makes a difference. Does your engine have enough vacuum that the booster's working? So you need at least 16-17 inches of vacuum pressure in order to get a booster to work well. So if you have all of that, then it's very easy to make your brakes work good. But let's talk about this. So a lot of the old manual brakes from like your 67 to 79 Ford pickup trucks, you'll have a great big single diaphragm booster if you have one. You got this really old non-disc brake in a lot of these, and so trying to find a way to convert it over and get better brakes is really important. So we've developed this kit. Now this kit comes in two options, and the one I'm going to show you is for trucks that are really low. And what we've learned is when we're trying to fit a Coyote motor and we've got it super low, either it's airbagged or it's 6 inches off the ground, that engine comes up. And as it gets up, we start getting crowded on space. And so location becomes really critical. And so we have to go down to a 7-inch dual diaphragm brake booster. We got our Wilwood Master, and then we've got the brackets and the push rod. So I'm gonna kind of show you what's required to make all this work for us. And then we'll show you it installed. It works great with our chassis because the engine location's in the right spot, and this kit helps us accomplish that. So if you have one of our chassis and you got level 2 or level 3, you're gonna want this kit. So this kit right here comes with these firewall mounted brackets. Of course, you're going to get the hardware to mount it to the firewall, and then you're going to get a little brass bushing that's going to go right here. I'll pull that out so you can take a look at it. So you're going to get this little bushing right here that gets pressed in here. I don't want to press it in too hard because I won't get it back out, but that'll go in here, and then this will be the pivot on your brake pedal right here, and then you'll thread this into the master brake booster push rod. So all right, so let's pop this open. And the other kit that we have, these brackets stick out a little bit further, and because it's like a level 1, it's not super low, we actually can give you an 8-inch brake booster, and so more clearance around the engine. When the engine comes up, we lose clearance. So here's a Wilwood Master Cylinder kit, and you can purchase it with or without a proportioning valve. That's an option. We're not showing that with this particular setup, but there's a proportioning valve that you can get that will install here, and you can control and regulate brake pressure to the rear brakes. And so why do we use a proportioning valve? Is because we want to basically put as much pressure as we can everywhere, but we also don't want to lock up our rear brakes, right? Because that's going to turn into a slide. So you want to be able to adjust that when you hit the brake pedal super hard, your brakes don't lock up, and you keep them from locking up. So you'll kind of do a couple test runs, and if your brakes lock up under hard pressure, then just adjust the proportioning valve so that you can actually keep them from locking up. You're going to be using about 75% of the front brakes anyways, and so you want to make sure the ratios are adjusted. And so you might have drum brakes on the back or something like that, so you'll have to adjust that. All right, so you're going to get this Wilwood Master Cylinder. Now, with this Wilwood Master Cylinder, this kit, you see this little push rod right here? I don't want to open it up, but you got this little bullet right there. So that little bullet push rod, do not forget to put that in here, okay? That goes in here. Next, we'll open this up. All right, so here you go. These brackets are going to mount here and then they're going to install on the firewall. Pretty easy, not too difficult, but that's going to be mounted to the firewall. Then this is going to mount right here. You'll take that off and you mount this here. Okay, now there is a little bit of a trick. This right here is adjustable. You can thread this in and out. And we actually have a little bit, we got another video, we talked about this a little bit more in depth, but this distance from here and this little bullet right here, when they're pushing against each other, can't be too big and it can't touch. If it's touching and you go to push this on and you start pushing this for this to mount, that's called preload. And so you're preloading brake pressure on your brakes, and which means your calipers are already starting to have pressure. And so if you get too much preload, and then as the brake fluid starts to heat up from use, it continues to expand and you get more preload. So you have to have right around 0.010 of an inch gap. Now we do sell a tool, but a tool we have that will measure the distance between this and this so you get that set up correctly. It's very, very important that it's not too big of a gap to where you have to push your pedal a long ways before you get the brake booster, or it's too small of a gap and it's causing preload. So you're gonna wanna make sure. So this right here, this 7-inch booster, works great pretty much on all these trucks. Again, we'll go to a larger 8-inch if we can, but we've used the 7-inch on a lot of these lower trucks and they stop great. But again, it comes down to the right size master cylinder, understanding what size rotors you're running and understanding what size calipers you're running. And so sometimes, occasionally, you have to change out this for maybe a little bit larger diameter bore. So right now it comes stock with a 1-inch, which pretty much will cover the gamut of most everything. Occasionally you may have to go up to 1.1/16 or 1.1/8. Those options are available, but don't do that just as a, I need to change it, it's not working. Call Wilwood, have them evaluate your rotors and your master cylinder. Oftentimes it's really important, they make a gauge you can put on your caliper and you can check the brake pressure you're getting. Sometimes it can come down to your pedal ratio. And so maybe your pedal ratio is off. And so that's where this pin right here is mounting on your pedal. That might need to go up or down, okay? You might have your pedal ratio off for your application. So make sure that you have that set up correctly. There's a lot of great tutorial videos up there on understanding pedal ratio, whether you need a 5, 6, or 7-to-1 pedal ratio. Generally, a 5-to-6 pedal ratio is usually what you're after, unless you're running manual brakes, maybe a 15/16 master cylinder, then you want a higher pedal ratio. You're gonna need more leverage. But when you got a brake booster, you do not need as much leverage, okay? If you're converting from manual to power brakes, you might need to lower that pin down and get to where you don't have as much pedal ratio. So little tips and tricks, things to remember, but you're going to want to make sure that you set it all up correctly. So great product here. Again, these brackets here are designed specifically for trucks that are lowered, where we got to get a little bit tighter application because that motor's come up and we got to get that booster in a little bit different spot. So we have another kit that we use at these brackets a little bit bigger that run with an 8-inch brake booster. So hopefully this is helpful. Hopefully this explains it, why we have two different kits. What might seem like the same application, and it is strictly just ride height, motor placement. When it's low, suspension comes up, engine comes up, and we have to move things around a little bit. So great product. Wilwood makes a great product. They've really stood behind us and helped us out. Yeah, are they perfect? Is all this stuff, perfect? No. I mean, I buy a brand new truck and I'm taking it in, 3 weeks later because I got issues, right? And we've heard about all the GM recalls, the Dodge recalls, the Ford recalls. These guys are spending millions and millions of dollars in R&D, and still things don't always work out like you hope. So, but be patient with us. If you have any questions, please give us a call. Oh, one last thing I want to mention right here. This is really important. A lot of guys struggle with bleeding the master cylinder. They give you these little tubes right here, and they teach you about bench bleeding your master cylinder to make sure that this is working correctly. It makes a big difference to bleed this and get all the air out of this. Then when you connect it, you're really just trying to push the air out of your lines and clean all that out, right? So make sure you bleed your brakes, bleed your brakes, bleed your brakes. The old-fashioned way works good. Just have somebody in it, pump, 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 hold, crack it, get all the air out until everything's good. So please make sure that you bench bleed your brakes and ahead of time, your master cylinder ahead of time. So great product. Hopefully this is helpful, tips and tricks for you. And this explains the kit a little bit better for the lower truck. So like, subscribe always, and keep us posted. Let us know how it goes, and we'll see you next time. Happy hot rodding.